Hello guys, and welcome. I wanted to sit down and talk about Little Big Planet for a bit as a franchise. This isn't like live commentary, how my Let's Plays are with Little Big Planet. At the bottom of the screen you can see what level this is if you'd want to play it yourself. But I just sort of wanted to sit down and talk about some thoughts I've had since they've come up to my mind. Recently, Little Big Planet DC Comics has came out and they're still working on that, and we're waiting for Little Big Planet Hub. And we haven't received any news for that. I was able to hit up Little Big Planet's Twitter and talk to him a little bit about it, just a DC Comics thing. I asked him, can we get a confirmation if there will be any more DC Comics levels? Because if you saw at the ending of the DLC, it sort of hinted towards that there's going to be more, and I asked them about it, and they said that the ending was to say that, that a hero's job is never over. And I thought that's pretty nice. They did say, though, they were kind enough to tell me that there was a, there's going to be more levels coming out for the Vita. Now, I won't be able to cover those, not anytime soon. I don't have any primitive way of recording the Vita as of right now. So I'm not going to be able to cover that for now, but at least you'll be able to play that if you'd like and you have Little Big Planet Vita. But besides that, we're waiting forever for, Little Big Planet Hub now, and I just wanted to say, like, with the state of how the Little Big Planet community is right now, Little Big Planet 2 has died out a little bit. It seems like it's all core fan base right now, and Little Big Planet does need a bit of rehash. The DC Comics really helped with that, but I'd like to see a little more, if you know what I'm saying. I'd really like to see a full-on Little Big Planet game be announced again. And if you go on anything related to Little Big Planet news, you always see at least that one guy who's complaining that it's not Little Big Planet 3. And while it's annoying, it's also understandable why somebody would want that. It's been about 2 or 3 years going on now that Little Big Planet 2 has been released, and we haven't had any information on a new Little Big Planet IP. But some people say that Little Big Planet 3 wouldn't really be possible, that Little Big Planet 2 covered everything that Little Big Planet 3 could possibly cover. And I wanted to get your guys' opinion on this. Like, well, if there was a Little Big Planet 3 that released to the public, what would you want it to be? And my best answer to that is a Little Big Planet that goes into the third dimension. And I feel like this is sort of a crazy idea, but a really, like, an idea that would become incredibly successful if pulled off correctly. I feel like a Little Big Planet game that successfully does third dimension, and that's what its focus is, would be amazing. Because we have a few levels here and there that have sort of 3D elements to them, but they're sort of like, very makeshift and gimmicky with how it's made, and it's like, I would like to see something where anyone can make a 3-dimensional level and develop this 3-dimensional world, because personally, like, 3D platformers are some of my favorite genres, and I really think that Little Big Planet and their community could master that in an amazing way. Like, I would really enjoy seeing Sackboy running around in a level of Super Mario 64, or a level from Jak and Daxter or Crash Bandicoot, because I could really see that being an amazing game, and I feel like that would be, like, an amazing setup for something like a PS4 Little Big Planet. Of course, we haven't heard anything like that. We always see this stuff, people try to rumor out that Little Big Planet 3 is coming or whatever, and for that suggestion, I always say stick to the official sources. Always check the official Little Big Planet Twitter, or always check their website or the PlayStation blog website. Anything else can always be misconstrued or even false, so always just trust that. I get comments from time to time saying, hey, have you heard about Little Big Planet 3? And it's like, no, it hasn't been announced. It hasn't been. Just plain and simple, it hasn't. So, I mean, I just want to throw that out there too. It's been amazing so far though. So many people have been wanting to play Little Big Planet with me, and I plan on, having some community stuff where we can all play together. It's been pretty cool though. So unfortunately, there won't be any more DC Comics, but hopefully soon they get their act together, they put out Little Big Planet Hub, and then I'm going to start doing some more community levels, because that's what will be available there. But that's what I want to ask you guys. What is next for Little Big Planet? What could possibly come in the future? We have a Little Big Planet Vita out now, so we don't have to wait for that. Right now, we have the PlayStation 4, a brand new console. If there's ever a good year to release a game on a console like that, it's this first full year that the console is actually existing. So, what do you guys think? Do you think this might be a year where we see Little Big Planet 3, and what would the game be like? Because to be honest, if they stick to the second dimension, like they are in Little Big Planet 1 and 2, they're gonna just sort of walk themselves into a corner. There's enough there that they don't really need to make a new game, but hey, it's like, I don't know. I feel like the third dimension of Little Big Planet would be amazing, but it's also completely possible that they drop the franchise after Little Big Planet Hub. Little Big Planet Hub could be the goodbye to Little Big Planet in many different ways, just because, you know, the franchise has been out for a while, and it has been successful. And I know with how Media Molecule works, they're a very creative bunch. I'm sure they'd learn to express their creative freedom in different titles, as they did with Tearaway. Tearaway was a great game, and I feel like they really needed that break from Little Big Planet, seeing how they really haven't developed anything else for the last few years. So that point where they broke away from it, and that a whole Little Big Planet team was made, and then Media Molecule could just focus on their own things, it might have been good for the company. So hopefully we see any Little Big Planet in the future, but I'm really not sure. It's all up in the air right now. But that's why I want to get your thoughts on it. What do you guys think? What are you guys expecting? I'm going to be really glad to hear it in the comments, because you guys are usually pretty smart with this kind of stuff. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.